always fear the future, have this just nervousness, this anxiousness about what was going to come, and just this stress that it was going to be something awful. I did a lot to control events, to try and control my future, which caused me a lot of stress as well. Um, but I learned through a family tragedy that it's possible to face this fear and overcome this fear of the future. And it's actually a way better way to be, especially in times like right now. So I'm Owen. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that you will subscribe and also join the Abundance Hackers Facebook group. I'm just putting the link in the chat for you right now. It's an awesome group of people, and I really hope that you will join us. Awesome. So, when I was growing up, like I had plans, right? Our family was all about plans. I had a lot of plans for the future, for advancing in school, for all kinds of different things, all kinds of different plans. It was just always about working on the plans. And we always sort of joked sometimes that we would go on vacation and even just pack them so full of plans and things that we would take a vacation from our vacation afterward. I'm super grateful for it, don't get me wrong. But that's the kind of family that we were, right? We were planners. And all of us were pretty much on the plan. I had been off to college. My parents sold our house and got a new one to sort of slow down in. And all of a sudden, we got news that my mother was sick, that she was diagnosed with ALS, and that it was terminal disease. And so at that point, all of our plans have gone out the window, right? Everything that we had planned to be as a family, everything that we had planned sort of for each other and how our lives were going to be, losing her, it all changed. It all changed at once. So a family that has so many plans, me who has so many plans, and all of them in just an instant, absolutely gone. Absolutely gone. And you start to think about the future, and with that disease in particular, like there's no way of telling how long somebody has with it, and for some people it's many years, and for her it was a few months. It was 7 months. But we couldn't make any plans. We couldn't do any of that, right? There was just tons of uncertainty, no way to know exactly what was coming. But what we really did learn, what I learned a lot, was about the value of gratitude for the very moment right now. While we didn't know how much time we all had together, we knew that we had a limited amount of time together. And frankly, all of us all have a limited time together with everybody else. So really, it's much the same every day. We'll get to that. But it was about being grateful in the moment. It was about understanding the gifts that we already had, the things that we had in this exact moment. So even though the future was this terrifying thing barreling down at us, and even though there was really, it was very difficult to try and control things. Obviously, this was a situation completely out of our control. My mother's sickness. How can we live? How can we be in a place that is not just completely filled with this stress and pressure and fear of the future and what might be? So I find that this is very relevant right now because we are in a situation where there is so much uncertainty, and it isn't like it's a war with other people, right? This is something on a whole other level. Like we have forces of nature, right? Forces of nature that are acting upon us and with us, and that we have no control over. We don't even really understand very well. And I got it. It is easy to be afraid right now. It is easy to fear the future. Like we really don't know what is going to happen. We don't know what the next things are. I mean, we do know some things, and the things that we know don't make us feel really good. Some things don't really make me feel very good either. So it's easy to be afraid of what's coming, and it's afraid to be of the future. But it is also possible, and I know this for a fact, right, that when something like this that is completely out of my control, completely out of our control, something natural and beyond our understanding comes around, it is possible to overcome fear of the future and just be awesome right now. So first thing you can do, right? First tip is keep a daily gratitude journal. I can't tell you how valuable it is for me to write things in my journal. And look, some days it's not easy to remember to do it, or some days I get a little busy and I start to push it off, and I start to then wonder why I'm getting a little cranky or why I'm having a hard time writing other things or coming up with ideas. It's because I've not been keeping up with my journal. So it works, right? It works. And as soon as I get back at it, I feel really good. So I highly recommend doing your daily gratitude journal. Now, this, it will help you recognize what's going on that is good in your life, because it's really easy for me, I know sometimes, to write off all the good things. Like if I'm in a bad mood or feeling kind of cranky, like an amazing thing can happen, and then suddenly all I can and I'll be like, oh, that's great, that's awesome, and then the next thing, like I'll stub my toe and I'll be on it all day, right? But I could choose to just be on the amazing thing, right? So that's the same deal, right? When you write out your gratitude journal, when you're actually thinking about these things, I find it's easy to see what it is that went on that's good, so I can work on focusing on that. Next thing you can do, there's no way to control what is going to happen in the future. So meditate. I recommend meditating. If there's one way that is so good to get in tune with the concept of being good with things like they are, then it is meditating. And I didn't realize this until I started meditating, but the ability, the art of hanging out, even just the art of hanging out on this planet, on this existence, is indeed that. It is an art, and it's a good one to learn. Meditation is really good with helping that. It really helped me figure out how to just be, right? Being afraid of the future is about, you're not being present at all. You are living in the future. You are afraid of a future that you are creating for yourself in your head, and it's not here, right? It's not here. You're not being present. When you're present, you can be with yourself. You can be with your family, your kids, that strange person you are quarantining with, what have you, right? It's better to be present. Meditating really helps with that. But now, if you do want to hedge your bets, create your future. Pick your goal, pick a goal, and write out the pieces that you need to accomplish it, and get started on it. Take proactive action in your life. If you are afraid of what's about to come, then decide what it is that you would rather see instead, and put yourself in action into making that happen. Just take an hour a day, right, towards that. What do you pick? What is your goal? You pick something that you're passionate about. You pick something that gets you excited to get up in the morning. It gets you excited, like even just now, if you thought of something when I said think of your passion, right? You thought of it, you kind of jumped a little bit, like that, right? Are you doing that every day? Is it something that you're already part of? Because if you're not doing that and you're afraid of the future, then that is probably the quickest way for you to overcome fear of the future, is to connect with this, connect with what is your passion, right? And spend an hour a day committed to moving your passion forward, or spending time doing it, whatever you want. And if you don't know what your passion is, then maybe you can make a goal to create your future. Make your goal to be about researching what it is that you would like, what it is that is your passion, what does get you excited, what would you like to spend some time doing, so that you can create your future. So if you need help finding your passion, or you just want to get some pointers along the way, head on over to owenjward.com and download my free ebook, How to Unlock and Unleash Your Superpower. I would love for you to check it out. Tell me what you think. Thanks so much for joining. I hope that you are staying safe and healthy, and I will talk to you tomorrow.